Hi folks, in this session we're going to be covering expanding quadratic expressions. There should be another video before this which gives you a couple of different methods of expanding quadratic expressions, but we'll get started anyway. We're going to be covering three different ideas. The first one is what happens when we have a situation like this. If we have x plus 2 squared. Now, if you remember, when we had x squared, this was the same thing as saying x multiplied by x, which means x plus 2 squared is actually equal to x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 2. And of course, if we do this the FOIL method, which is our first, so you've got x times x, then you have the outers, which will be x times 2. Then you have your inners, which is 2 times x. And finally, your lasts, which is 2 times 2. All this is equal to, got x squared, 2x, another 2x, and a 4. And so the answer is going to equal x squared plus 4x plus 4. Apologies about my phone. Anyway, so x plus 2 squared, when you've got to separate them into two brackets, and then you should end up with x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay, next example. This time involving negatives, but say we have a question that looks like this. Now I know some folks can get a bit nervous about negatives, but just treat it as just like normally. So in this case you would still go first, so you've got negative x multiplied by 3. Oops, sorry, that's not right. Let's do that one again. You have your first, which is negative x times x. Then you have your outer, which is negative x times 3. Then you have your inner, which is 2 multiplied by x. Finally, your last terms, which is 2 multiplied by 3. And your answer is, of course, negative x times x is negative x squared, negative 3x, you have 2x, and 6. And so this is equal to negative x squared. Negative 3x plus 2x will become negative 1x plus 6. Of course, this can just be written as negative x squared minus x plus 6, and that's the final answer. Okay, what happens when the coefficients of x is greater than 1 and it's also a negative symbol? I'm going to show you that in the next example. So the last example for this session, we have something like negative 4x plus 5, negative 2x minus 3. So do the firsts. We've got negative 4x multiplied by negative 2x. Then you have your outer, which is negative 4x times 3. Your inner, which is 5 times negative 2x. Finally, your last, which is 5 times negative 3. So your answer should be, well, negative 4 times negative 2 is 8 so that's going to be 8x squared. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12x. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10x. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. So your final answer is 8x squared. Negative 12 minus 10 is negative 22x. And minus 15, well, that's just comes as it is. Okay, that's pretty much that there is to expanding quadratic expressions. Thank you for watching.